somehow. So I just got back in Taipei and I found this funny little old hotel. I think it's 1970s. Let's see what it's like. Okay, the lights are somehow on already. Kind of corner layout. Yeah, it's quite small, just a shower. Check this thing out. That way, almost like a switchboard. Hitachi. This is like 1970s stuff. Oh, is that for the aircon? I'm guessing. Like some other hotels that I stayed in Taiwan, the aircon is so old, it doesn't really have kind of fine settings. You can just blow stronger, and with maximum strength. That's all. And the switch system is actually mechanical ratchet. 1, 2, 3. But when you turn it off, all of them are turned off at once, like this. So it's super basic kind of mechanical switch. I'm glad that we're not in January, February anymore, because it will be freezing cold in here. But now in April, outside temperature is comfortably 20 degrees, so we should be alright. What the heck? What is this thing? Some kind of radio? That's kind of spooky. Even this room is actually not that cheap, because we're almost into April now, and April is high season for Taipei. How much was this? 16 or 18,000, yeah. The one that I stayed last time, the Deja Vu, was I think over 2,000 or almost 2,000. Actually even do some work here. Okay, and the good thing is they have a little fridge. They have some Taiwan tea, coffee. Okay, that's good enough. Yuntai, licensed by Hitachi. This is early 80s or late 70s even. This is the entrance or the exit. Hotel Tai Hope. They translate as Tai Hope, but actually it's not Hope. Tai Hao means something like, Tai is obviously like too much or very. Hao is an adjective that kind of means excellent, outstanding, but like brilliant, but also has a kind of dual meaning when speaking of people. Hao can mean kind of outstanding to the point of being too much, like arrogant or over the top. This is the very kind of south west end of the Songshan district. So in reality, I'm more like adjacent to Dan. So within the walking distance of my previous neighborhood, where I'm heading now, and I'm just a short walk from Zhongxiao Fuxing. The station here is Nanjing Fuxing. The problem finding a place to rent here is twofold. Number one, it's really expensive to rent here. Number two, there's not many options available for short-term rentals, and the ones that do exist, minimum contracts are 1 year minimum, and there's 2 months deposit and agent fees and all kinds of stuff like that. And there's not many new buildings. As you can see, all of the apartment blocks, condominiums are at least like 30, 40, maybe even 50 years old. So a lot of these old buildings have no elevators, especially the ones kind of deeper inside the blocks. They are walk up only. The small studio around here will be about 30,000 if you want the whole place for yourself. You can maybe get something for about 22, 23,000, but that will be extremely rare, and more likely it will be either an old converted hotel or something like a subdivided apartment, Hong Kong style. There's fewer of them here in Taipei for some reason, I don't know why. They're either like actual studios or fairly common for them to be former hotels converted into short-term rentals. Yeah, and a lot of old apartments here, they're quite large, 3-4 bedrooms, and they're super expensive for a single family unless they have bought it like decades ago. So a lot of them are rented out to several people. It's not uncommon for an old apartment here in central Dan, Zhongshan, Songshan, Xinyi areas to be occupied by 3-4 working people, each making maybe 50, 60, 40,000 a month, and paying maybe 10 to 15,000 NT per month in rent. So the landlords are making a killing, actually, if you think about it. Of course, if you want to keep your rentals down to like 25%, less than 30% of your monthly income, and that should be the rule of thumb. One shouldn't be paying more than a third of one's income for rent. It just doesn't make sense. And some people I know, they barely make any money and want to stay in a nice place. I think that's stupid in a way, like paying more than half of one's salary. I'm real cheap. I make okay-ish for Taipei money, but I try to save. Unfortunately, that means occasionally I have to stay in a place that looks like a piece of shit. But that comes with the territory, I guess. If you want to live in capital cities in Asia, that's unfortunately the case. Guess I could have taken the Wenhu line or even the Green line, but it's a nice walk. I like Puxing and I like Nanjing Road, so I don't mind the walk. This is a very nice street for shopping, for window shopping, just looking at smartly dressed people. Let's have a little peek to the little alley. This is one of my favorite alleys in the evening when the signs light up. It looks very pretty. There's a pretty good noodle shop down the lane there. This is lane 216 of Nanjing Road East. Yeah. There's a little goodie shop. I got my umbrella from here. It's very good quality. Taiwan umbrellas are very good. I think it was 200 NT. Weather-wise, I'm quite pleased. It's not as cold as in January, February. I think it's about 18, 19 degrees, but humid. It feels like 15 degrees in the dry. So the agenda for the next few days will be finding a place to stay for the next few months. That's going to be a very small studio, or hopefully completely detached, not shared with anybody. But yeah, it is what it is. Taipei rent has not really come down. Another thing that potentially worries me as we move further into the summer, the energy bills will be stupendous this year. I have this feeling. Yeah. Not only because of the oil prices, but in general, kind of the climate thing. Summer's gonna be hot and rainy. There will be a big strain on the power grid here, and no doubt China will do some shenanigans of its own. So they're gonna try and screw with the Taiwan power grid, because we have a fairly busy political season in the lead up for the parliamentary elections. So it's all going to be very interesting. The official electricity rates are 2.5, 2.6 something per kilowatt hour. A lot of landlords, landladies, they bump it up to about 5 or 6 NT per kilowatt hour. Yeah, and I wonder what happens if Taipower decides to hike the rate. They will have to hike the rate sometime in April, May probably. I wonder if the landlords will swallow that, or they will force it down on the tenants. That's also going to happen. Yeah. This is Chang'an Road, named after Chang'an. What is Chang'an? Is it Xi'an? But a lot of the shops are closed, and I have a feeling that some of them have closed permanently. It's strange. Maybe they will open in the afternoon.
Here's the first unpleasant discovery. This breakfast, little breakfast, pancakes and tea used to cost 90 NT just 3 months ago. And I came back and it's 105. Somewhere between 10 and 15%, maybe 12% increase.
So when it comes to renting in Taiwan, the search always begins with the main property app, 591. The rentals are this button here, to rent apartment or rent property. The whole app is in Chinese only, there is no English version. So you can choose your location, you can choose the property type, you can set your rental rate, range. This is the size of the property and some features. And this is the sorting of the results. When you look at the locations, you can basically by default choose just a city, Taipei for instance, or New Taipei City, Xinbeishu, and this is Taichung. So I'll be looking at first Taipei, and the default option is without restrictions, Buxie. So, but I want to narrow it down to a few areas within Taipei. So that's Da'an, Zhongshan, Xinyi. Xinyi, I'm not holding my breath, it's expensive. Songshan, some parts of Songshan kind of work for me, that's good. Wanhua is a bit sketchy. Yeah, so sketchy, but kind of inconvenient, yeah. Maybe parts of Datong also work for me. And that's pretty much it. Nangan is a bit far, although it's on blue line, so let's check it as well. That's pretty much it for the locations. Now let's look at the property types. Here, this one, I'm going to leave it kind of unrestricted, because there is no way to select several, and I don't want to kind of do the same search again and again. At first, I have already looked at the 15 to 20,000 range. That wasn't very inspiring. Everything there was kind of like kind of crappy. So I'm going to look at 20,000 to 40,000, but looking at the lower range, maybe 21, 20,000. Even if the asking rent sits well within your budget, a lot of the apartments here, they have management fees on top of it. So that will be another 1,000 or 2,000. The size features I'm gonna leave as is. Maybe, yeah, you can set the size here, but it's all gonna be pretty much the same within that price range. All gonna be small studios. And I'm going to set up from low to high rent. And the first few ones are always kind of irrelevant ones. I set that from low to high in terms of the rent, and I'm gonna set the price. Yep, got somehow reset. Every time you change something, the whole thing resets. Okay, so this is narrowed to about 2,000 results, and I'm gonna sort them from low to high. Some of these places I've already seen because they were in the 15 to 20 range. Let's look at this one. This is in where? Xinyi Anhe. Okay, that's a nice location. It's on red line. Okay, the good thing is it's connected right to the Google map, but the room itself is not inspiring at all. Okay, let's scrap it. And when you find something that seems more or less doable, you can kind of save it. Click heart, save it for later review and contact. So this is basically the process, and let's see if there's anything slightly better. 20,000 and half. Okay, this one has a little kitchen. This is two-level apartment. I don't like those. Really super cramped. The footprint is super small. Even though they say it's double the size, it's not really. And the sleeping area has super low ceiling. And imagine being like super tired and having to crawl or climb up and down in the night. It's kind of bound to result in some accident. Okay, 20,000 and a half. Dun, 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 dun. What the heck is this? This is like a hotel. So there's always something weird going on in the Taipei apartment rentals. Oh, very nice bathroom. What the hell is going on here? Why is it like this? Yeah, doesn't work for me. Some places are kind of completely empty. Doesn't work for me either. Look at this one. This is by 101. Yeah, Xinyi. By Taipei 101. Let's look at the... Oh, no, not really. That's misleading. It's like way out the southern part of Xiangshan. There may be some kind of fees that are not obvious at first glance. Like that little management fee. Like for instance here, this one in Zhongshan, 3 minutes to MRT. Yeah. Oh, okay. There's no management fee. Ooh. That's good. That's good. Datong, Zhongshan. It's a very good location. So, unfortunately, 80% of the places are going to be something strange going on there. This one is very decent, and the guy has already replied to me. This is in Datong, fairly central area. I like the place. For 21,000, this is very large, and you can see that even in the picture there's not much photo distortion, so it's actually not kind of distorted to look bigger. It's a fairly sizable studio by Taipei standards. Yeah, except there's no kitchen, but the shower, bathroom is quite nice. There's a washing machine. They even have a little balcony. So this is a nice green area with a little park, probably a school district. I like pretty much everything about this place, except the landlord returned to me and said 1 year minimum Yeah, and this is just by the river, right near Duhua Street. Very nice. Unfortunately, this is 1 year only, minimum. I might bump up my budget a little bit. And also the good thing is there is no management fee. This is the kind of struggle you have to go through if you are renting for less than a year. What the hell is this? Oh, okay. It's a condominium. Some offices are here. Let's look at this one. 20,000. Seems very basic for 20,000, but that's pretty much the going rate. This one has a little bit of a kitchen. There is no suction hood, but induction, okay, maybe you don't need it. Just need to clean thoroughly. So this one is in Da'an, looks like. Yeah, right in Zhongxiao, Fuxing. And even though it's a little bit strange, it looks half decent, good enough. It's kind of like a small hotel room. It's 20,000 plus management fee 1,000, and it does have a elevator. So this is an elevator building. So I'll probably reach out to these as well. Yeah, ask what's the deal. Here's an illustration of how these additional fees add up, even if the rent only seems to be at first glance 20,000. Let's have a look at the reply. There's all kinds of fees, management fee, garbage collection fee, and everything. And this is also because I spent 1 year. They'll add 1,000 per month on top. Oh, this miscellaneous fee is kind of stupid. I don't understand why, because there's already a management fee. And the garbage fee also is kind of also quite misleading, because I take out my garbage myself. The 20,000 place is racked up to 24. I guess I'm gonna say no to these people, because it doesn't make sense to me. Taipei, day 3. The apartment search saga, the rental saga continues. I haven't been able to finalize anything yet. I only seen a couple of units, and I have a feeling that the market has softened a little bit. The ones that I thought would be 21, 22 are generally around 20,000. Of course, there's some fees and all, but still, this year I was able to find way more options than last year when I came back. And the agents kind of a little more responsive this time.